Oh hey, fancy seeing you here. I was just running some errands. Yep, nothing beats getting the strongest weapon in a game. Putting in all that blood, sweat, and tears to feel powerful! Whether it's a sword or a big key, some games have a clear best, and others have unique mechanics to make it more debatable. Kingdom Hearts does both of these across the series, changing the weapon system between every game. But what's the strongest we've ever seen, putting all of them against each other? Not based on lore, since I think it's technically this beast, but from a gameplay point of view, a Keyblade we can actually use outside of a cutscene. That's the question, so let's get the answer for each game in the series, then try to compare them all and give my choice for the all-time strongest, starting where it all began. Kingdom Hearts 1. And it's an easy choice. The best Keyblade in KH1 is Ultima Weapon. Now might be a good time to mention that I'm looking at the newest versions of the games, so final mixes instead of the PS2. But either way, Ultima Weapon has the highest strength and is tied for the highest value for length and recoil. MP is the only stat it's beaten in, with Diamond Dust passing it by 1, but otherwise this has by far the highest total stats in this entry. I've seen One Winged Angel argued in some cases, so I wanted to mention it. While its visible stats aren't too impressive, it has the same length and recoil as Ultima Weapon at the top. The reason it comes up sometimes is because of its massive critical hit bonus. This is extra bonus strength that is applied to critical hits. While Ultima Weapon has a value of 2, matching several other Keyblades, One Winged Angel has the highest bonus at 16. So if you can consistently crit, you'll get the highest physical DPS in the game. The problem is its low critical hit rate. Ultima Weapon has a base rate of 40%, which can be boosted to 100% with Critical Plus. One Winged Angel has a base rate of 10%, which can only be boosted up to 40%. Though there are some abilities and attacks that are guaranteed critical hits. So with the right build, this could be a great physical Keyblade. But magic is so strong and important in this game that I still think Ultima Weapon comes out on top. It has consistently higher power from physical and magic attacks, giving it my vote for the first game. Chain of Memories has the card system, so you only wield the Kingdom Key, and we don't know the stats for it, though the Ultima Weapon card seems to be the best again. It's not until Kingdom Hearts 2 we get actually equipable Keyblades again, and rather than them just being stat sticks like the first game, each Keyblade has an ability attached to it. The stats on each Keyblade are also lower numbers than in KH1, making the gap between the early and late game Keyblades smaller. Because of this, the best Keyblade is really dependent on the context. If you're going against Axel, you'll want Mysterious Abyss for the Blizzard boost. If you're going against Zaldin, you may want Guardian Soul for extra damage on reaction commands. And Bond of Flames is extremely powerful when paired with fire magic in many situations. Then there's Decisive Pumpkin and Hero's Crest, with combo boost and air combo boost respectively. These are the best Keyblades for physical combos. I did the math in another video, but essentially the damage increase from combo boost is more than using any of the higher strength Keyblades. So they're solid choices to default to. While this game's version of Ultima Weapon isn't bad, it doesn't really excel at anything in particular besides having long reach. The elemental boosting Keyblades have better magic damage output, and its physical damage is outcast by the combo boost blades. Its ability, MP Hystega, decreases MP charge time, but by the time you get it, you'll have access to dry forms and elixirs that can immediately recover all of your MP. There's also Winner's Proof, the Keyblade with the highest pure stat total in the game. The issue is that its ability, no experience, obviously doesn't do anything helpful, and since abilities increase damage output more than a few stat points, the Keyblades I already mentioned are better to use in their niche. Taking all of this into consideration, I think the strongest Keyblade would be Decisive Pumpkin. Ground combos are used a lot in KH2 since they're quick and strong, with powerful combo modifiers and finishers. Sora also has access to more options on the ground in this game, like dodge roll, guard, and multiple reflects, so it's often safer than being in the air. Decisive Pumpkin just has the most consistent ground DPS, so to me, that makes it the most consistently powerful Keyblade in the game. But this is a lot closer and not as clear-cut as the first game. That reminds me, I recently had an encounter with a strange nobody, the Scribe's Ducks button. I was able to defeat it, but now I need your help. It's heartless. The subscribe button is in your realm. If you can defeat it with a mouse click, we'll have released both parts to restore the original subscribed button. Thank you for your support in this quest. The next release was Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. And this game's Keyblade selection is surprisingly deep. Using the panel system, gears are equipped to transform your character's weapon. Using a gear grants a base level of stats, and some extra slots to equip units. There are power, magic, guard, sight, and ability units, granting various stats or abilities. Up to 3 ability units can be equipped, giving the potential for Keyblades to have 3 abilities, a step up from the 1 in KH2. The stats for each Keyblade vary a lot more in this game than others, with 2 gears granting over 100 strength alone. Every gear's combo is different as well, both in the air and on the ground, so with these different stat, ability, and combo options, there's a lot to consider. There also isn't an ultimate weapon Keyblade in this game. This version is just an ability panel that can be added and give some extra strength. With that, there ended up being 5 Keyblades I thought were up for debate here. 3 of them I'll give an honorable mention to here. They have stats that fell just below the top 2, and the abilities didn't make up for it enough to me. I'll be comparing all of these Keyblades with 3 ability units equipped, since the abilities are different for each gear, and the stats would be uniform. Pandora's gear equips Omega Weapon Plus, which deals really good physical damage, with its abilities' gimmicks being that you need to stay at full health to optimize it. Vitality Surge and Barrier Surge increase your strength and defense respectively at full health, while Alive and Kickin' makes enemies stagger more consistently while you're at full HP. It's good, but staying at full HP is a tough constraint. Hazard Gear Plus gives you Darker Than Dark. It's the status and spell weapon, with the highest magic stat in the game. It's got a solid strength too, and its abilities are Fire Finish, Blizzard Finish, and Thunder Finish, letting you occasionally ignite, freeze, or jolt enemies. The issue is that it's pretty uncommon for these effects to actually happen. That, together with the Keyblade not having a fast combo to quickly reach the finisher, bring it down in my ranking. It's a little too unreliable to get any of these statuses, so you're mostly just going to use it for its magic stat, which alone isn't enough for me. The last of these 3 is Omega Gear Plus, equipping the Lunar Eclipse Plus Keyblade. This is the super armor weapon. Its first ability is Magic Bracer, which lets you finish casting spells even if you get hit, like Leaf Bracer from the other games. Second, it gets Brick Wall, which allows you to ignore some hits while performing a physical combo. It finishes off with Vitality Barrier, which we saw in Omega Weapon. It's got good stats and lets you brute force your way through some fights. A solid choice, but I think there are stronger options. And here they are, the main contenders. Ultimate Gear Plus and Zero Gear. Ultimate Gear Plus has the highest strength stat of any other Keyblade, giving you Twilight Blaze Plus. But instead of boosting magic at all, it gives you a little extra defense. It's the ultimate physical Keyblade, reinforced by its first ability, Combo Boost. In this game, Combo Boost affects air and ground combos in one ability, and it's still a good boost to your damage output. Its other abilities are Chain Time and Chain Power. These increase the amount of time you can keep a chain going in a mission, while also increasing your damage output once you max out a chain. This is extremely useful in missions with mob fights, but even just utilizing Combo Boost with its high strength yields one of the highest physical damage outputs in the game. The only negative for me about this Keyblade is that its air combo finisher sends Roxas straight to the ground, instead of having a wide swing like other options. Depending on the fight, that could really inconvenience your positioning. But for the high power, it's often worth trying to adapt to the situation in a lot of cases. Our other candidate is Kingdom Key Plus, from equipping Zero Gear. Depending on how many ability units are equipped, Zero Gear can transform into Oathkeeper and 2 become 1. But with 3 ability units equipped, it becomes Kingdom Key Plus. It's only 1 strength point behind Ultimate Gear Plus, but it gets a solid magic stat instead of defense. Unlike how Ultimate Gear turns you into a physical powerhouse, Zero Gear turns you into a tank. Its abilities are Damage Control and Defender, which boost your defense and lower your damage taken once you get to lower health. Its final ability is Second Chance, letting you survive an attack with 1 HP, as long as you have more than 1 HP. Arguably the 3 best defensive abilities in the game all in one spot. I also personally prefer the simple air combo from Zero Gear over Ultimate Gears. With both of these up against each other, I think I'd go with Kingdom Key Plus. The defensive abilities are just so good, with plenty of offensive stats to back it up, though I could definitely see an argument for Ultimate Gear being better for some of the challenges. There are just more situations in this game where I'd rather have the defensive abilities over a little more physical damage. Closing our DS, we hop onto another handheld, the PSP. Birth by Sleep came out next, and there's 2 Keyblades fighting for the top spot. This game went back to a system like KH1, where Keyblades are just a block of stats without abilities. The first contender is Terra's Chaos Ripper, with an insane 10 strength at the cost of 2 magic. The uncontested highest physical damage in the game, along with the tied longest length. When using a deck with all attack commands, you'll want to use this hands down, but giving up magic can limit your command deck choices in a lot of cases. So my vote for the overall strongest in the game goes to Royal Radiance. It has the second highest strength at 8, and is tied for the highest magic at 7. Along with that, it has the highest length available for each respective character, and can also be equipped by every character. It's got a 75% critical hit rate, and the highest critical hit damage multiplier in the game at 2 times. Literally the only reason not to use this would be for all physical decks when playing as Terra. It's the standout best for Aqua and Ven, and if you use any magic commands on Terra, you'll probably want to go with Royal Radiance. That was an easy choice after our lengthy Days discussion. The DS games mix things up a lot, and Recoded is definitely a DS game. Keyblades in this game have ability trees. When you land hits or heal, your clock gauge fills and levels up. As the level increases, you'll unlock more overclock abilities on a skill tree. Every Keyblade has a unique skill tree layout, though there's some overlap on the abilities. Once you reach the end of a path, you'll perform the equipped finisher and restart at the first ability. You can also swap up your path on the touchscreen during combat to adapt to the situation. Each Keyblade also varies in lengths and has one of 3 types of combos depending on its first ability. Keyblades don't give any stats in this game, they're just the abilities, so the early game weapons are immediately outclassed by the newer ones. With all of that information, I think there's a niche for most Keyblades in Recoded. This is probably the most debatable pick in the series, but I gotta pick one, so here's what I'm considering. Oathkeeper is the ultimate defensive Keyblade in this game, nullifying any status effect with Undo, then getting either regen or auto block to heal or instantly block. Auto heal is here to give you a free reset, then protect or shell to bulk up more. There's also magic upgrade and magic bracer if you want to be a little more offensive. But second chance and once more, the abilities that prevent you from getting one shot, are on accessories in this game. Having those so easily accessible does lower the value of a defense focused Keyblade. 01 is a new Keyblade in this game. It has the abilities attack upgrade, all critical, and heavy blade to boost physical damage and hit through armor. There's also auto dodge and magic upgrade if you want to dip into defense or magic. The real kicker though is its ability targeting scope. Totally unique to this Keyblade, it gives your weapon an insane increase in size, making your attacks ranged and way safer to land. This ability lets you camp from across the room with your basic attacks. A really strong ability if you can stack up your clock gauge or just keep it at max level. The final 2 I wanted to cover are Metal Chocobo and Ultima Weapon. To me, they serve a similar purpose to each other, good physical Keyblades with defensive flexibility. Metal Chocobo has most of the notable attack abilities in attack upgrade, heavy blade, full swing, brick wall, and all critical. It adds some defensive flex by also having protect, shell, and drain, which heals you when you deal damage. Ultima Weapon has heavy blade, brick wall, attack haste, and all critical, with its defensive flex coming through undo, regen, and drain as well. The main difference between them is Metal Chocobo has the impact arts combo, while Ultima Weapon keeps the standard combo. So the choice between them would likely come down to that preference. I'm sure there could be arguments made for others in this game, but these are the standout options to me. And with all of them laid out, I think the strongest Keyblade in Recoded is 01. Targeting scope is just an overpowered ability, and the other abilities feeding into your physical damage just let you wail on any enemy in the game. But this may be the closest call in the series for how unique of a Keyblade mechanic Recoded has. Unlike Dream Drop Distance, where we go back to Keyblades being stat sticks. No abilities here, just strength, magic, and length. And they give a hefty amount of stats. There's also hidden stats like critical hit rate and reality shift rate, the chance of landing a critical hit and being able to initiate a reality shift. Because all of the stats are pretty straightforward, there's only 2 contenders for the strongest Keyblade in this game, Unbound and Ultima Weapon. They both have the highest strength and magic stat total, coming to 32, but Unbound puts 2 points into strength, while Ultima Weapon puts them into magic. They have the same 30% critical hit rate, but Unbound has a slightly higher chance to activate reality shifts. So by pure numbers, Unbound has the slight lead, but my vote goes to Ultima Weapon. It provides a more balanced stat build, and with Balloon and other magic dominating 3D's combat, you'll want the little bit of magic over the strength. So Ultima Weapon takes my vote here, but it's a little close. Unfortunately, Kingdom Hearts Union Cross isn't a game anymore, so I don't have to worry about picking which one of these Keyblades was the best. That means we jump to Kingdom Hearts 3 next, the last game with multiple usable Keyblades as of now. And this game might have my favorite weapon system so far. Keyblades can be leveled up by forging them with certain materials. Increasing their level boosts their stats and can even add abilities. Since they're the strongest at max level, that's what we'll be comparing. Each Keyblade also has unique transformations, with different shot locks as well. With all that laid out, the answer is pretty obvious if you've tried every Keyblade in the game. It's Ultima Weapon. It has the highest stat total in the game, with the highest strength, and only Classic Tone having 1 more point in magic. It also gives you the abilities Combo Boost, Air Combo Boost, and Situation Boost. We've already covered that the combo boosts are consistently the best DPS abilities across the series, and this is the only Keyblade to have either of them. Then Situation Boost increases the rate that the situation command fills, letting you use Ultimate Form more often. Ultimate Form may be Ultima Weapon's only Keyblade transformation, but it makes up for it by being the best form in the game. Its attacks are quick with huge range and damage, but it's not just an offensive powerhouse. The form also gives Second Chance, Withstand Combo, and Leaf Bracer, some of the most useful defensive abilities across the series. The final thing to mention is its Shot Lock, which is, again, one of the best in the game. It has one lock on, but once it's ready, you can unleash a huge blast to damage all surrounding enemies. There are several Tier 2 Keyblades in KH3. Oathkeeper, Oblivion, Nano Arms, and Classic Tone have their niche, but Ultima Weapon is the Tier 1 Keyblade that is amazing in every situation. No matter the context, you'll always want it equipped in one of your 3 slots. And with that, we've landed on my picks for the best Keyblades in every game. All that's left to do is to pull out the podium and see who got a spot. This is very contested, and it's tough to compare a lot of them with a vastly different gameplay system. So right now, get your picks in your head to see if you agree. I tried to compare them against each other, while also keeping in mind how it compares to the others in its game of origin. Taking home the bronze medal, in third place we have 0-1. This one's probably a hot take, but across our discussion, Keyblades with abilities have appeared more powerful and useful than those with just stats. And 0-1 is the ultimate attacking Keyblade, with several of the best attacking abilities in the entire series. Targeting scope alone is possibly the strongest single ability we've ever seen, and all of that to me gives it third place. Coming in second, we have the almighty Ultima Weapon as seen in Kingdom Hearts 1. It might not have an ability, but I think this stands as the greatest stat stick in the series. It's so far and away the best in its game that it was the easiest choice on the list. Unless you're doing a level 1 run for purely magic, you'll want this Keyblade all the time. It really deserved the title of the ultimate weapon in the first game. And finally, what you've all been waiting for, the strongest Keyblade Sora has equipped across the entire series. Ultima Weapon as seen in Kingdom Hearts 3. Massive stats, with some of the best abilities, shot lock, and transformation we've seen in the series. To me, this was the clear-cut, uncontested, strongest Keyblade we've ever been able to use in the series. Even with KH3 having pretty balanced Keyblades when fully leveled, this one came out on top easily. I think this Ultima Weapon teeters on overpowered, so I'm curious how Kingdom Hearts 4 will follow it up. But what do you think? Let me know if you agree, disagree, or what your favorite Keyblade is. For how unique and interesting it is, I wish Recoded System got some more love. There's some really unique builds you can run, but it's ultimately stuck on an unpopular game. Unless you're doing a challenge run of these games though, it doesn't really matter what Keyblade is best. Just have fun with what you like to use. Anyways, I gotta go finish this quest, but thanks for watching.